Greetings, my dear viewers, and welcome back to another Dungeons & Dragons character conversion. This is the second build I'm doing for Marvel characters. Did I do another one for Marvel? I don't remember. Anyway, we are doing Blade, the second favorite character of mine from any comic franchise. Mainly because of how awesome he is. Fun fact, or sad fact, I didn't get to watch the third Blade movie until I was 14? Yeah, I think I was 14 when I was finally allowed to watch it. You know, it's actually my first rated R movie. Honestly, kinda sad. Anyway, enough of that. Blade is one of my favorite characters, like I said. And after going over a few of the different subclasses and new races, I have finally figured out how to build Blade in Dungeons and Dragons. And it's a lot more complicated than you might first think. If you're just going with one class, sure. Two classes, doable. But three classes, not recommended, and it's a little more tricky. Especially if you are trying to survive that long. So, let's go ahead and get right into the build. Starting off with, of course, our stats. Here we use the point buy system. Strength, dexterity, and constitution will be 13. Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are going to be 12. For race, for obvious reasons, we are going with the Vampire. He is not a full vampire, he is only half vampire. Now, the only problem I have with these custom lineages is... well, I got two problems. The first is that we don't get the proper ability scores from the original race. So, say I wanted a dwarf Dampier. I don't get that +2 to two different stats. I must go with a +2 to one stat and a +1 to another stat. Also, we lose the special features from those original races. Say I did a... oh, what's a good example? Let's say a Dragonborn became a Dampier. We lose the breath weapon. We lose the damage resistances. That's no fun. Anyway, we're just going straight Dampier because of this. This will give us +1 to 3 different stats. That's the one we're going with. Since we're able to choose between +2, +1, or +1 to 3 different stats. So we're going to go ahead and increase strength, dexterity, and constitution each by 1. We get a speed of 35 feet and a climbing speed of 35 feet, which really isn't necessary for Blade. I think I've only seen him do it once. So yeah, not really necessary. For languages, we get Common and Elvish. Thanks to our Dampier lineage, we get the Ancestral Legacy, which will give us 2 skills of our choice. Insight and Intimidation will be the ones we choose. We also get Dark Vision up to 60 feet because he is half vampire, so being able to see in the dark is a must. You also get that Deathless Nature. All the bonuses of being a vampire and none of the weaknesses. Am I right? Anyway, we also get the vampiric bite. Unfortunately, Blade still has that hunger for blood. Now, he is able to, of course, combat this with a special serum, but in later movies, he has said that it's starting to not work as well. Sort of an immunity to his own serum. So, that's not the best. Probably his only weakness. For background, we're going with Haunted One. Being not in control of your own hunger, you being born half vampire, your mother supposedly dying on your birth, and also your master dying. I'd say that's pretty haunting. So yeah, Haunted One. For proficiencies, you get religion and investigation. For languages, let's just go with Undercommon. And you get the feature known as Heart of Darkness. Now let's go ahead and get into the classes. Starting off is Fighter. Level 1 fighters get a 1d10 hit die. For your skills, go with Athletics and Acrobatics. Fighting style, we'll go with the Unearthed Arcana Close Quarters Shooter. And we'll also go with Second Wind. Now, if you do get another fighting style somehow, with either the Feat Fighting Initiate or by another class that you think would be a better fit for Blade, or at least your version of Blade, I would recommend also getting 2-weapon fighting, because there have been multiple scenes where Blade has used either 2 swords or 2 guns. So, obviously, going with a 2-weapon fighting style would also be good. Unfortunately, I don't go over that in this video. For level 2 fighters, you get the ability Action Surge. Level 3 fighters get a martial archetype. We're using the Unearthed Arcana's Monster Hunter. We get some extra skills in History and Perception. We also get Combat Superiority and Hunter's Mysticism. This is the only time we'll be using spells. And it's more like a Sixth Sense, really. So that's the only thing I'm allowing here, since Blade isn't really magical. I mean, in the anime version, he does do some special ninjutsu style stuff, which honestly was amazing. But I digress. Now, let's go ahead and go into a multi-class. We're going into Rogue, which gives us a D8 hit die. For proficiencies, you'll get Thieves' Tools and the Stealth skill. For expertise, go with Stealth and Acrobatics. You also get Thieves' Cant. Level 2 Rogues get the Cunning Action. Level 4 Fighters will get an ability score improvement. Go ahead and just increase your Wisdom by 2. And that is for our multi-classing into Monk. The main reason I did Monk was for that unarmored defense. We also get Martial Arts, which has been shown to do multiple times in the films. You also get a 1d8 hit die for the Monk as well. No proficiencies, though, because it's already been covered by the Fighter. Level 5 Fighters get the extra attack feature. Level 6 fighters get either an ability score improvement or a feat. We're going with feat and getting the sharpshooter feat. That is to give us some extra damage. And finally, for fighter level 7, we get the Monster Slayer feature from our Monster Hunter subclass. This will give us some extra damage to roll from our superiority die that we got when we got this subclass. Additionally, if we are attacking an aberration, celestial fiend, or, most importantly, undead, instead of rolling that superiority die, we get maximum damage on it. Which I must say, that is amazing. Alright, so we are done with this video, but I wanted to go ahead and go over some of the other subclasses that you might get when leveling up your version of Blade. For Rogue, you'll be going with the Scout, which will give you the Skirmisher feature at level 3, as well as some extra skills, nature and survival. For Monk, Way of the Kinsei is the best bet. You'll get a tool proficiency in Calligrapher's Supplies. And for a final level tally, 7th level Fighter, 9th level Rogue, and 4th level Monk. For a nice round level 20. Well, viewers, I do hope you enjoyed. That's all the time I have for you today. Comment down below on who you would like to see next. Until next time, this has been Drehan, and I am offline.